Okay, we're here for day 2 of the build of the CRX2. CRX2? Have I got that right? Yeah, CRX2. So far we've got what's looking like a working chassis. We've not got steering links on there. We've not got the drive shafts in yet, but it's already starting to look like a crawler. So we'll crack on with that. So drive shaft next. Now if you're wondering why I'm wearing this old massive jumper, it's actually, well, it's an old mountain biking jumper from my mountain biking racing days a long time ago. It's because I've got a roof around at the moment. It's fitting roof windows in the loft, and the roof windows are massive, so I had to just go and help with those a little bit. These could feel a little bit smoother. It's got a different profile, that, to what I'm perhaps used to. You can see the profile on there. It's like a plus. Let's make sure that those are in phase. I've dealt with out of phase on the MN999 and it's not nice. Well, that didn't work. I guess that wasn't actually engaged. Wasn't through the hole. Strange. Seemed to be on. Never mind. Worst things happen at sea. Just the shaft to do the back end. Again, let's make sure these are in phase. Look, that's right. So I'll show you what I mean in a second by in phase. So the two ends of the drive shaft need to be aligned the same way. Otherwise, when it's turning, you get a weird lumpiness. Whereas when those are lined up, it's good. If they're that way, so that bar is on the top and this is on the side, then you don't get a nice turn. So make sure they're in phase, or you will have a horrible jumpy truck. Right, that's lined up. Because you've always got a bit of play in the gearbox. And the transfer case. Just need to fiddle and wiggle to get the little stub axle to sit out properly. Doesn't want to play. Really doesn't want to play. Wow. This is a struggle, which really shouldn't be. looks like it might be easier. What is going on? Apparently going about it the right way. Just can't get that pin to go through. There's no play in that gearbox. It should go straight on. I just cannot get that to drop through. So I did eventually get this drive shaft on. Sorry, this one, the front one. Now, the problem was that the hole in the little stub axle that's in that transfer case, the hole wasn't quite in the right place. It's a bit of a shame. It's such a simple thing and yet such a complete pain. It's just like 1/2 millimetre, probably less, 1/4 millimetre, 1/10 of a millimetre even, out. And it just meant that you couldn't get this pin, this screw, through into that little axle, that little bar. Now I have sorted it, and I sorted it by just extending the hole this way a little bit, drilling it. So taking the gearbox apart again, taking that little axle out and drilling that hole just a bit bigger, sort of a bit longer. So it's almost oval now. Well, I suppose it is oval now. But that's allowed me to get that in. Now, whilst in some ways that's not a major deal and it's something that, you know, I was able to do without a problem, I certainly shouldn't have to do that. Now I've passed this back to SMD, the UK distributor. Jamie is feeding that back to Hobbytech. So hopefully, especially with this being quite an early batch, I think this was from the first batch, that problem should get resolved. And I'm sure if it doesn't, then you can be assisted with it in one way or another. So if you have got one and you've got an issue with that, do get in touch with SMD and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out.